Hello everyone, and welcome to Hill Street. Today's story is Candy for a Terror by F. Thurston. If you end up enjoying this story, please leave a like. And if you enjoy hearing stories from me, please subscribe and become a resident of Hill Street and let me know how I'm doing in the comments. Now, let's get to this nightmare. I don't sleep much these days. Insomnia and night terrors have run in my family for an unfortunate series of generations. Mine have been especially bad. Each night I close my eyes, I wake up to the same thing over and over. My eyelids flicker open reluctantly. The tips of my fingers wiggle against the heavy stream of atrophy that has swallowed most of me into my own mattress. Paralyzed, I feel the weight of each breath reverberate in my burning lungs. My chest stings with these unwelcome feelings. My mind swarming, infested with anxiety and the thoughts of impending doom. The corners of my vision betray me every time, glaring over at the doorway, almost in a grotesque anticipation. Hell, addiction of what is to come next. The bedroom door pushes open, and what stands there and lingers has done so for nearly 30 years. Glistening white teeth with no lips, yet despite that, it somehow smiles absurdly wide. Its mouth looks as if someone had taken a crowbar and pried open both sides until the flesh ripped part, leaving a trail of jagged, bright red scars that went from jaw till ear on both sides of its symmetrical face. Green eyes clinging onto me, that familiar, disturbing glare with twisted intent. Each time, I feel like I could see more of this thing. Sleep, fear, whatever it was, would wash away my conscious self until sunlight beckoned down on me, a warm embrace, bringing me into a new day, only to put a daily timestamp on my safety. Today is different. My doctor called me last week about a sleep specialist with a temporary clinic. They offer free trials to shine a light on the night terrors that have crippled me for the past 3 decades. Now I could feel a sort of hope form in my stomach. Butterflies in place of fear. Feels weird to say it, but this is a good kind of nervous. Something I have been unfamiliar with up till now. I stepped onto the number 5 bus, en route to the clinic. Their headquarters is in a new town, a small office space in a worn-down plaza, with a payday loan business on one side and a sketchy dollar store in another. A plaza that you happen by, but seldom visit sort of spot. When I stepped off the bus, I will be honest, I was skeptical, looking at the building from the outside, but the inside of the space was immaculate. Fresh mahogany and cedar polished corner desks, along with graph charts with days of rest on one axis, along with interrupted patterns on the other, with the latter being outperformed by the former. A good sign for someone in hopes to be a positive statistic for this new company. It had the new car smell, which only enhanced my butterflies. A young man with a well-groomed beard and short, freshly cut hair stepped in front of me, extending his hand outwards towards me, grasping it firmly. "I'll take a wild guess and say that you're my next appointment, Miss April Legacy." Confidence beamed from his soft, reassuring voice. My social awkwardness refusing to allow me to speak. "I'm Dr. Speckle, but please call me David. I'm not one for titles. Please follow me," he insisted, guiding me down the hall to his small office at the end. Those posters with inspiring words and of people sleeping soundly annoyed me rather than welcomed me, which must have caught the attention of the plaid-suited man I was being guided by. Oh, don't worry, I hate them too. I might own the business, but my shareholders seem to have me by the throat, especially in regards to, he stared at the posters with the same look as me, decorations, he said with a sigh. We took a seat at his desk. He turned on his laptop and began clicking at the keys, looking up at me. I spoke to your doctor over the phone. I believe it was Dr. Patel that referred you, he inquired, still typing away while his green eyes shifted towards me from time to time. He said you had success with plenty of long-term sufferers of my situation. The man nodded his head, now his attention focused on me wholly. My name is David Seckel. I studied sleep apnea and night terrors at Queen's University. I received my bachelor's and so on and so forth. Personal bragging aside, I believe in my team. Everyone here has studied somnology, sleep sciences, for years. We have developed a drug we believe that can, over time, will settle your REM cycle, especially when serotonin levels begin to flare, causing irregular heartbeats, heavy breathing, and other symptoms of anxiety and panic disorders. That's when the drug kicks into effect and settles these flare-ups. He handed me these bright green pills. They looked like sour Skittles. They almost look like candy, I laughed, eyeing the bottle of green tablets. Candy for a night terror, I suppose, he said with a warm smile. After roughly half an hour of going over conditions on which I shouldn't take it, possible side effects, and so on and so forth, I was finally eligible by the end of my visit to take my first trial of this medicine. As I am sitting here on the edge of my bed, a medicine bottle filled with these small green pills, I watched the sun wane, fading behind the black clouds, and the dusk settle. My first fight against this condition is about to begin. I swallow my recommended 3 pills behind a cold glass of water, setting my alarm. My head rests against the pillow, my heart palpitating, and sweat rolling all over me. I hate this time. I hate these feelings. But what my mind, or whatever this thing is that has haunted me, doesn't know. This time, for the first time, I have help. I get my heart rate relaxed after some yoga, controlling my breathing and feeling centered again, before drowsiness begins to win over my tiring body. I lay down, as usual, on my left side, tucking the blanket over my head. My eyes close. I drift into sleep, the comfort of darkness enveloping me. Goosebumps begin to form. I can feel them already, and my eyes aren't even open yet. That cold, numbing, tingling sensation forming in its usual places, fingertips defying the paralysis by twitching, scratching against my bed sheets. I can feel the linen rolling underneath my defiant nails. My heart is pounding against my chest. My breathing is rapid and shallow. I try to keep my eyes on my lava lamp in front of me, trying to force myself to watch the neon blobs of red bounce against the glass. But my vision slowly slides towards that goddamn door. It's already open. My vision is starting to turn fuzzy, but it is there, standing there in the doorway. It is taller than I remember, crouching in the doorway, eyes plastered on me. That's when my eyesight regains its focus. For the first time, I could see it, clear as day, all of it. Its breathing matching my own. The film of saliva stretching down onto its own leathery like tar-colored body. Teeth in that deprived, perverse smile. It's fawning over my anxious disposition. But not tonight. Not anymore. I can feel my arms beating their atrophy. Fingers begin to close in a fist. Veins in my arms and legs protruding. My whole body fighting itself for itself. I do it. I sit upright. My body still tense from powerlifting my entire body. I snatch my flashlight from the nightstand. Flicking it on, I aim it like a pistol at the doorway. It is gone. I have won. I breathe a sigh of relief, resting the flashlight back on the stand. I sit back, looking to my lamp, which is now on the floor, smashed in half. Its neon contents no longer illuminated, now just a puddle of liquefied paraffin wax that is burning into my brown carpet. I look back at the doorway, and it is there again. Green eyes mocking me, along with that toothy demon-like grin. It lunges towards me, raising its arms. It goes to do something to me. Hit me? Slash at me? Stab me? God knows. But it hesitates, fixated on something. That's when it grabbed the pill bottle on my nightstand, staring at Steckel's pills, holding it close to its massive bug eyes. It looked down at me, that forever plastered smile on its toothy, fleshy, scarred up face, looking even more enthralled than before. It glides a finger against the plastic of the bottle before hammering its eyes back down upon me. All I can remember before I collapse is a searing pain. No, pain poorly describes it. A sheer agony, as it feels as if my flesh is being ripped from my face by this thing. When I wake up, I can feel the sun on my skin. It burns like hell. I stumble upwards in a pain-filled panic, reaching to snap shut the curtains, closing them quickly. I step in something warm and soft, yet dense. I look down. It's the wax from my lava lamp. This can't be real. Last night can't be real. What the hell did Seckel give me? I think to myself. Clambering over shards of glass, dashing to my phone, I press it against my face, calling up Dr. Steckel. A single ring, followed by a message that the line was no longer in service. Screaming, I go to throw my phone at my pillow, only to see clumps of blood and skin stuck to it. I drop my phone to the ground, my stomach churning in knots. I can feel the vomit rapidly riding up my throat. I run to the bathroom, my face greeting the toilet bowl, throwing up like I had been drinking the entire night. I wipe my face off on my towel, looking to the mirror. I begin to cry, then laugh, then sob, dropping to the corner of my bathroom, behind the door, rocking back and forth. My scars now matched its.